Here we are. Gonna make this quick. We're gonna put the Arduino projects and things on the back burner for just a little bit. The reason for that is that I came up with an idea this afternoon that makes a lot of sense. I've not seen people set up studios on YouTube. I've just seen, the finished product. So we're going to take some time and we're going to actually show all the steps necessary for me to build this studio, and all the things that you might not think about in order to get it done. Don't get me wrong, we will get to the tech, but there's other things that we need to do to 3D print, to set up, to get going. So let's get into it. Okay, so one of the issues that you're going to run into, obviously, when starting your own studio, whether it be elsewhere or at home, is lighting. I have a ring light that you've seen, and it is a really great lighting implement. It lights everything perfectly, but the problem is you have to be right in front of it, and you can't move and you can't go anywhere. So came up with this idea. These are LED lights. They plug into a relay switch. So you can plug in about 5 of them at a time. They're about 12 volts, as you can see. And they light up things like the sun, as you can see. I've got 2 of them that I just turned on to face down here, so you can see how much of a difference that it actually makes. But problem is they're all loosey-goosey. So what we need to do is we need to find a way to mount these. And at first I was thinking, well, let's go ahead and, take them apart and figure out, how we're going to plug them into, whatever. But, that's, overkill. And quite frankly, if you're just trying to do this on the cheap, it's not what you want to do. So I'm going to take these. They have a really good length, easily over 6 feet each. I'm not sure why you'd need something quite that long underneath your cabinets, but they're 2 watts, 12 volts, 3000K color. So not bad. And that's each of them. And they come in groups of 5 or 6. So what I was thinking initially was, okay, I'll 3D print a mount on my camera and then, or a mount for my phone, and then I can attach it to the phone. And then I thought, well, I want to attach it to a tripod. Problems ensue. So what I think is probably the best idea is to attach them to a tripod and have them fanned out. So, the tripod, pretty much, looks like this. And you can, you've got your barrel, that runs down there. Then you've got the little screw that comes up top there that you can, there's a screw hole rather, that you can put things into, or depending on your model, there's a screw that comes up. So what I thought would probably be best is if we made something that would go ahead and slide over top like so, and then kind of come up and have a little mount, whether it be circular or otherwise, and just 1, 2, it's hard to draw like this, but it's a lot of fun. 3, 4, 4 and 5. Have them equidistant from each other, and then, if you need to have a brace or something in place, go ahead and do that. I'm going to call it the witch's tiara. And then you can go ahead and put your camera, in this case I'm using a LG V20, in a tripod mount, like right there. So there's the phone, you know, V20. And then when it's time, and then, you know, run your wires, you know, back obviously beyond these, so they're tied up kind of in the back, and run straight down to your on-off switch and your power supply over here. So that being the case, just call it what it is, the witch's tiara. So you turn on the switch and then bam, huge amounts of light all over the place. And the advantage to doing this is that you're not going to get glare on the camera, because the stuff's actually going to sit behind. So if you're looking at the top view, you know, you've got your you know, you've got your phone here, iPhone, and you know, you'll have the mount sitting back here. So you've got these little 1, 2, and granted, they're not going to be, you know, they're all going to be pretty much at the same area. Maybe we'll put a swivel or something on them, but you know, they're all going to be sit behind on a mount that you make. So, you know, there you go. Boom, 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 boom. So all the glare is going to be back here, and you're going to have your, you know, your light going that way, and you being the subject there, me. So that'll all keep that together. And if there's too much light and you find things getting washed out, you can unplug them individually, because they each pull right out with a little mini, I'm guessing it's a Molex connector. So you just pull them right out, and you know, now you've got 4 on, and you know, pull down to the number that you need and increase as necessary. So that's what I'm going to be building, I think, this week, in order to solve this lighting problem. Because as much as I like being up close and personal, it doesn't afford me the ability to do anything. I can't step, you know, I can't move that ring light anywhere else. And I could mount the ring light back there. That would solve issues too. But I've got these things lying around, and they're perfectly serviceable and super bright. So why not use them? And, you know, instead of spending $50 on a ring light, you can spend like 20, I think these were. I'm not sure. You know, and get a bunch of these, and then, you know, 3D print that, or build them on sticks if you want to, but we're going to 3D print the witch's tiara, and then you're good to go. So yeah, next video, we're building the witch's tiara. We're going to do more, we're going to do Arduino projects and other things as well, you know, as time goes on. But really right now, I think the first couple of videos here, I'm going to kind of stick with how to build your studio, because I need to build a studio. And I think it'd be fun if you guys came along with me, because I don't see much on how to do that. And, you know, sometimes you just see shows appear out of whole cloth, and people do this behind the scenes. And I just think it'd be fun to do it, you know, in front. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. The witch's tiara. So I'll see you next time. Thanks.